With a mission to showcase the best in indie cinema, the ABQ Indie Film Festival is excited to be back for another year. The free one-day event consists of various genres, including fiction, documentary, and animated films. We're happy to have Vice President and Executive Producer Ben Wiebe to tell us more about it. Well, Ben, thank you so much for joining me today to talk more about the ABQ Indie Film Festival. So I actually wanted to start with, how long the festival has been in existence. I mean, I see that you've survived COVID, you've gotten past that, you stayed strong. So if you can tell our viewers more about the festival and how it started.
Yeah, so it's been around for 5 years now. It's a part of HF Productions, which is our parent company. So we run several film festivals like this, and the whole goal is to especially champion short films, but also features, and to really give people an opportunity who don't usually have it, right, to really spotlight, unheard voices and underserved voices out there. So our films are from every corner of the world. We don't showcase stuff that's just local. We show films in any language, but they will always have English subtitles. So for this session, we'll have one feature film that starts the night, and then a second block with 8 short films.
So Albuquerque being that there's a lot of festivals that have come through. What is it about yours that is uniquely different that you felt was missing in the city?
So we really try and break down what this idea is of how to get people to open up to stories they wouldn't otherwise expose themselves to. And one of those biggest things is festivals, especially, are usually categorized by language or territory, right? Like grouping films as international, and we don't do that. We try and group stories that are from every corner of the world or from different nations and denominations and anything, right? Paired back to back. Because one of the biggest and best pieces of feedback I hear is when someone says, "Oh, I saw a local film, right? It was from the Southwest U.S." Or the story on camera was about the Southwest U.S. next to one, from Egypt, where the language is in, Egyptian or even Arabic, and then next to one from the Philippines in Tagalog, right? And you're seeing these back to back with no break as a way to really get audiences to open up. And then the feedback is, oh my gosh, I've never seen a film, like that before, from this place before, and that ended up being my favorite. And so that's really our mission. And Albuquerque is such a great place that has such a rich history for films and films being made there. That yeah, I just love having this event being hosted there.
But I love the whole idea that the event is free, which probably
Yes.
takes a load off of a lot of people that would like to take part in events like this, but may not have the funds. And you've chosen Fusion as a location for the film festival. What was it about Fusion that spoke to you and having the festival take part there?
When you talk about the difference between like an arts and cultural type center or a single screen type place versus like a multiplex, there's rarely a vibe that, say, a multiplex has that really puts you in, a spirit of story and creates intimacy. And so what we try and do is really build and nurture community through these. And I don't think a multiplex is able to accomplish that. I love these intimate spaces where people really, there's more of a spirit of celebrating art and cinema and creativity in all different forms, not just film, right? So I think it puts people in that right, that right kind of space and energy to also want to talk about these things after they've watched them. And that's what we really want, right? Not for people to go in and it's just something to do. Right, we wanna stimulate, people to wanna talk about it and share ideas on what they thought afterwards. Yeah.
I love that. I love that idea. So I want to take a step back to the films that are being shown. What was it about these selections that spoke to the community for this year to be shown?
Yeah, I mean, the night will open up with a feature, which is great because on our programs we usually prioritize short films. So we have events where it's all shorts and no features. So it's great to be able to open one up, and it's an Irish comedy. So from my perspective, I think it's always good to start the night with something light and provide some levity because we do tend to prioritize films that have a social impact narrative to them, right, or hit kind of heavier subjects, if you will, right, that might even be controversial or really stimulate some dialogue. And so I think so this session will also have films from France and Brazil and Belgium and Australia and the UK, and then a few from the US. So you're also getting a good good cultural flavor of stories from all over the place.
Nice and
But
rich. Yeah.
but that's the goal, right? To give people a real array because uh, our team style is definitely to make sure that we spotlight some stories at every event that are really what you call important stories, right? More than your kind of lighthearted entertainment. Yeah.
So, where can people learn more about the event and the films that they're going to be able to watch?
Yeah, so the event's called the ABQ Indie Film Festival. So they can find on Facebook and Instagram, and it's abqindiefest.com. So we lay out information about all the films, and especially on social media, we try and share bits and pieces about each one, so people get an idea. Um, and then of course on the night, because it's free to attend, we welcome everyone. That's one of the best parts about what we do in running these is giving everyone that opportunity to come out and not making it a burden to celebrate culture and story together. And so we welcome everyone to come on out.
Well, Ben, thank you again for talking with me this morning, and thank you for creating an event that is inspiring more community outreach and togetherness. This is definitely one that does that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're looking forward to it.